Yo. Just going through some feedback from Framer. Feedback from Framer. Put this shit in ChatGPT and say, tell me how to do this. I think the contact section should be its own page. I've just realized that even in the navigation, there's no anchor link for about or contact. And at the moment, about and contact are essentially the same section. And then perhaps the work section could be its own page as well. These would be simple changes to the site, and perhaps a legal page which is just text based. I think that the thing where it says shorten text blocks and cap the line length with a readable maxed width, that would help 100%, especially on the wider screen. But it says tighten the cohesion by defining a clear hierarchy in space and scale and grid so that components read consistently across pages. Now, I'm not sure if that's like a template response, because I think that it has a clear hierarchy, like through the text structure, and also it has like a very consistent spacing scale, I feel like. So can we outline a step-by-step of how I can actually implement these changes and resubmit this to Framer, and an estimated time to complete it? So this is the template. What they're saying, I can see it now. Like, I've not even got fucking a contact button on this menu, which is a mistake. There's no about section, really, which is a problem. The contact section should be its own page. Contact should be linked in the footer. And then the grid, I think the grid is fucking pretty much spot on. Like, I've kept it very consistent. I think that this is a bit of a problem. Like, this is very wide. Getting a phone call. Yo.
Hello?
Hello.
Hi, can you send me a free sausage roll QR code?
Okay.
Thank you.
I'll send it now.
Alright, thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
That was my girlfriend asking for the free sausage roll QR code from Greggs. Send that. Last time I ate one of those, it absolutely fucked my stomach. Whatever the fuck they're putting in those, I do not want to know. So, I can see a couple of problems with this. The right sidebar, establish global cohesion. Create a container component. Okay, we've got all of that. Maybe we need some max width settings for larger screens. Make a section component. Container wrapped in a stack with a consistent padding. Fix large viewport drift. Add breakpoints. So perhaps add a larger breakpoint. Add the core pages the reviewer asked you. We can add work, an about page, pricing, I feel like some of these things you're saying are not necessarily specific to what I'm asking here. I don't want a container component. That's not the way that I've structured it. I'm going to show an example of the structure. The padding is consistent using a spacing scale. There's no one-off values. Text styles are already in place. I think the line length cap is important. Also, the way that the navigation works at the moment is all of those links are anchor links. None of them actually link to separate pages. I think that the contact button needs to be on the navigation and in the footer, and it should be its own page. Same for about. And I think that the awards section from the home page could go onto the about page. So then the home page would just be the sections it has right now minus contact and awards. Potentially one way of doing it. And then services could be changed to services and pricing, and then the services section could just add pricing as a from amount. That's just an easy way to implement that. Do you think that this satisfies what they've asked for? I would also add a legal page as well. And the work section, which is currently only on the home page and not its own separate page, would also be a separate page as well. And then we may just display like 4 items on the homepage version. So the plan: move contact to its own page, move about to its own page, move the awards section onto there. Homepage, keep it as it is, remove awards and contact. Show a works preview. So right now we've got 5. We could have it so that there's more available, like instead of there being like 5 as the max. Need to add that. The work page will be the same as the work section on the home page, but the work section on the home page should be limited to 5 items. And we should be able to add more to the work dedicated page. Keep the service in and add the pricing is fine. Privacy and terms, text only is fine. Give me the content layout structure for the about, contact, and legal pages. And then factor in whether this meets their requests, and again the time to implement. When I submitted this, I wasn't sure if they would like this sort of Japanese text, which I've got, that sort of goes in these sections, which is like this word, but in Japanese. I think awards can definitely go on a separate page. Services and pricing would be good as one thing. Content is not, contact should be its own separate page. This is just what they want to see. I think these sites which sort of encompass it into one thing may not be what they're looking for, you know? I feel like they change this on a regular basis because they get a lot of similar submissions maybe, and then they're updating what they're looking for so that it's the marketplace evolves. Which makes sense. Because I've seen another one where it has no other pages. Everything is a single page. I think the main one here is that shouldn't use that full width like that. This is way too long. Like, how many characters is that? And that's all on one line. Fucking hell, what is all this? Just the number would have been fine. Yeah, but basically 100. 122 characters. So that line is double the length that they want to see there. They're saying 65 characters max length. The thing with this is I didn't design this on this screen. I was using just a MacBook 14-inch screen. So when it goes onto the larger screen, it is quite different. You need to set different constraints. So, what's ChatGPT saying? Three hours. So, about page. Contact page. I can pretty much just copy that section. Like, all I would literally do is duplicate this, call it contact, and then just delete everything else on it. ChatGPT said that would take 25 minutes. Yeah, see, that's pretty cool as a contact page. Then it needs that on the nav. So we just menu item 5, contact. And there we go, that's one thing done. Contact. This text looks a little bit wrong with that there. The way that grid is kind of a bit fucked with that there. That's better. And then if we remove that from the home page, put contact in here. We want that to say smashing them buttons. Right, work, process, awards, services. Services could definitely just add pricing. And we may want to make awards into about and then integrate awards into that. So that's some of it. Work page. Right now, I'm not sure. So there is actually only 5 items in the CMS. But in this, we've limited it to 5. So again, what we'll do is duplicate. We'll call this works. We will delete the other shit. See what it looks like. I like that. That doesn't need to be on every page. Nor does that. I could make that ticker like a universal thing on each page, sub pages, right? So for example, just on this, we would not limit this to 5. Maybe have pagination that says infinite scroll. Not quite sure how that works. Might have to add some. Let's just say we deleted that. I do like that. But maybe this needs a link underneath it that says like something like here. Like view full portfolio. Kind of. Something like that. Doesn't look good. No. See how that looks on that size screen where it goes to 2 lines? That's like what I was basing this on, but once you start making this big, that goes to 1 line, it doesn't look as good. Like this site, you can see that I've built this on a small screen, right? So say it's like 1400. That's the size that this is set up for. They're all on 2 lines. The shape of stuff is nicer. Like straight away, look at these two when that is wider. That looks fucking... That's a joke, mate. See, like that, it just doesn't look right. That needs to be much tighter. This still looks okay. This, not great. Services, and then, yeah, to footer. I think under there, another large image, perhaps. So it's kind of annoying we can't align that. Can you get rulers on this? I think there is a way. So see there, that fits it perfectly. If it goes wider, it doesn't. Awards can definitely go on its own page, on an about page. I think that fits better. So then it goes process, video, services, done. Maybe. What does that look like? That's okay. Quite a short page, straight to the point, very focused on the work, process and services. Then if we then want to go like into the about, that's where we'll see the awards, more information about the creator. So I do agree with the feedback. It definitely does need a few tweaks there, and I don't think it's that long-winded. But yeah, now it's lunchtime. I'm going to go and get some lunch. So peace.